Good morning, everyone. I am Suganya doing semester 2, first year in B.Ed in Kasturi College of Education. Today, I am going to take a class on school administration. What is school administration? Administration of a school is an important thing which every school has to follow. Administration is it's a first most important part of any school organization to be successful. So today we are going to see how the administration should be and what are the steps a school administration should follow, and what are the principles and everything the school administration should follow for successful running, for the benefit of the children, society, teacher community and everyone. Good morning. Let's go into the slide one by one. So, school administration introduction. This is the practical measures. Here, what it is a practical measure. Administration is what are the steps which we are taking practically. That is most important. It makes sure to ensure the system of work which we will be used in the greatest possible assistance in carrying out our aims and of the greatest possible benefits to the children. Our school administration is it composed of sorry it may be composed primarily of persons, materials, ideas, concepts, symbol, form, rules, principle, or more often a combination of these. It is regarded as the agency by which we achieve the desired aim and objectives of school. It deals with systematic arrangements, an organized body or system or structure or arrangement or framework which is undertaken for ensuring the unity of effort, efficiency, goodwill, and proper use of resources. There are four aspects of administration of school. They are the administration of materials, administration of school plans, administration of humans, and administration of ideas and principles. Okay, here this slide explains that school administration is nothing but it's a practical measure which has a system of work to be followed, and it has a particular aim. Every school has an aim, it has an objective, and that aim should be clear. So is ca- that is called that it should the objective should be the benefit of those children. So this is the main basics of school administration. The school administration is mainly composed of persons, material, ideas, concepts, symbol, form, rules, principles, or more often a combination of all these. It is agency, that is a school administration. It's a team, it's a teamwork, it's not a individualistic work. It is an agency through which the desired aims and objective schools are achieved. It deals with making systematic arrangement. It is like an organized body, or we can also say it has a structure, arrangement, or framework which is undertaken for ensuring the unity of effort of each and every person involved, resources, efficiency, goodwill, and proper use of resources. So this there are four aspects of administration. In order to administer school, there are four aspects. One, they have to know how to administration of materials, administration of school plant, administration of humans, and administration of ideas and principles. These are the four aspects which are most important in administering in any school. So a person who are involved or who is involved should be able to focus on these four aspects, and from there further they can plan and execute the well-being of the school. Then, what is the meaning of school administration? They see it is the education of administration of education at the school level. That is the school administration. So it is the process of integrating. We have to integrate all the persons of the school personnel. Maybe it could be members of the management, it could be the students, the parents, their parents, and even it could be the school plant where the various resources, school property, security people, everyone, whomever, non-staff members, anyone related to the school, there should be a process of integrating them. And so when we are doing that, it promotes effectively the development of human qualities as in which educational as per we know that education philosophy. So our philosophy of India is on the ideas of socialism, secularism, and democracy. We have to promote the human qualities, enhance the human qualities of our society through school as a medium. So that school administration is important. So it is concerned with the growth of students and the school personnel. Okay. So now let's see about the nature of school administration. The main focus of school administration is the educational administration. That is, it is an education process. How we are making the education to the kids, children, society efficient and effective. That is most important. So S.N. Mukherjee, he explains education administration organizes human resources and resources of equipment. The efforts are made jointly, human relations and resources for best performance. So, according to his state as an Mukherjee, this is the definition he has given for education administration. So, this is it is the process in how we organize the human persons, like teachers are involved, management is involved, students are involved, parents are involved. So similarly resources like classrooms, equipments, computer tables, playground, all that resources, various resources, how we are going to incorporate and how this human relations and job resources are put to best performance. That is most important. So it is a human process. There are certain steps involved. According to his statement, that is what they're meaning, and it is a human process under social. So we have to function as a school administrator or administration. It has to function for the benefit. It has to function under considering the following factors like social, philosophical, psychological, political, and economic situation. It has to consider all these things, and then it has to perform its duty or function. So it is that is one aspect. Then other things are, if we are also focusing on the development, child development is being educational institution, we should focus on the development of the child. So that is also important. So it is controls the organization of physical of desirable change in human behavior. For example, when we start the school, and by the end of the after a decade or something, we should able to bring changes in the human in behavior of the we have the ability to every year we can track it. So we have the every year we can track it. So over the decade we can see that there is a change because of the school. There is a change in the society, there is a change in this child, there is a change in the teacher's life, there is a change in the change in the persons involved, so school personnel, anyone for that matter. So it controls the insight in the men and his development. The school administration should cater for all these facilities. It also include the process of research as well as development. It is a dynamic process. Nature of the school administration is a it changes according to the country, time, and situation. That's what is a dynamic process. For example, in the rural area, the rules followed will be different from the city area. Similarly, in India, the rules followed will be different from the China or US or other UK or any other countries. So under situation because and depends on the weather, climate, everything. So it is a dynamic process. Every school administration should in bring the should know to influence the social change and social mobility. It requires cooperation, sympathy, and positive attitude. So when we have being a school administration part as a teacher or we community, we should have the cooperation, we should have sympathy for other human beings as well as for anyone involved, and positive attitude. That is most important. Attitude defines the person's success. So it is an objective oriented process. School administration is objective oriented process. It is centralized as decentralized process. We will see this point as we go through the slides. It occurs whenever and wherever there is an educational institution. So for example, it could be a small institution like till primary school or a higher secondary school or a secondary school or even a kindergarten or Montessori or any method of school. It has to has a if school administration comes into place whenever there is an educational institution. So the members of the who are the involved are members of the community are involved, the government officers, the teachers, the educational administrations, and the students. are involved in the process of administration of the school. So when we do that, the school will be successful. There are two internal factors that we have to, two controls which we have to follow. One is the internal control and the external control. Internal control takes care of the day-to-day activities, day-to-day work, and day-to-day things which we are doing. So that should be tracked down and that should be monitored. External control is the government officers, or how we are reporting, how the term wise reviews, term wise, early wise and decade wise. So that are the educational plans, policies and programs which we are following. Though, so we have to take control of the school administration both internally and externally. That is what they're telling. So we'll see these were the nature of the school administration. Now let's go about the aim of the school administration. The aim of the school administration, it should act as a limb of school organization to function harmoniously in happy coordination, blending themselves into composite personality. So it should consolidate the spiritual strength, historic continuity, and securing the past achievement to guarantee the future of the society. So every school, it depends on the, as I mentioned, it's a dynamic process. So every area, every locality has its own historic past, so that has to be enhanced. For example, Vivo Chidambaram Pillai, so his place a Bharadiyar. So if Ettayapuram is there, in that village the people of the Ettayapuram should be taught about Bharadiyar and his importance and everything. So similarly there, for example, Abdul Kalam, Rameshwaram. So in that location, we have to establish with securing the past achievements. We should establish about his achievements to the students and child and the environment, even to the society, that area members, that community. We should be able to translate. So so in this way we are so that is the main aim of the school administration, and also the future of the society. For example, we can bring forth, for example, computer education is a mandatory, and everywhere computers being taught to all age people. For example, 40 to 60 plus people doesn't have the much knowledge of the much nuances of this using computers and everything. So being a school administration, we can also assign a plan where we are giving a slot for them to come and learn. Similarly, various other social society enhancement should also guarantee the first society. This also should be taken place in the good school administration. This points also should be considered. Then we have to train the faculties. Training of the faculties is very important. Also, the main objective is to widen the outlook of the students, cultivate students' mind, form and strengthen the character of each and every student of the school. So all this should be discussed in the meeting on the school administration process. So, and aesthetic, similarly, faculty, they should also be given right opportunity and right environment for them to enhance and develop their school skills, and freedom should be given to them. So teachers do. So yeah, this is the most important aim of the school administration. Then the objective of the school administration, we have to keep checking whether the objective is reached or not. So what are the objective of the school administration? When we are doing a good school administration, if we have achieved the achievement of the institution's objectives has been achieved, it improves the planning, organizing and implementing of institutions, activities and processes. It creates a good public image. When we are running a school in a good manner, the people will have trust on the school, and it helps in the good public image and good reputation of the school. Yeah, as you sow, so you reap. So good school will have a good name and good credits and good students and good outputs, good teachers and everything. So it and also it helps in the school. It helps in the appropriate utilization of human resources. It enhances the efficiency of the institution. Institutional goals with minimum cost and time should be achieved. That is also most important. It is optimum utilization of infrastructural facilities. For example, there will be playground, volleyball ground will be there, library will be there, so every nook and corner of the library, as well as the playground, sports, computer facility, everything should be taken into should be optimized, utilized. Optimum utilization should be made to that every equipment or the building or the school scenario, everything. So that also should be taken care. So when we are running a school administration in a well manner, it enhances job satisfaction among the staff members, that is teachers, and also other parties involved. So within the institution and among students, a good rapport will be built. So school administration plays a major role. Good school climate, interpersonal communication among members of the school is created. So these are the main objectives why we are giving this much importance to school administration. Then, okay, how will we run the school administration? There are certain principles, or there are principles which are followed for by followed or given, so that a good school administration can be achieved easily. So there are we'll see what are the principles, and why we need a principle. That is what was given, and what type of it's explained here. We will see one by one. So it is nothing but the management of affairs of the organization dominated by the prevailing philosophy of the people. So these principles are derived based on the nature of the philosophy of the people. Okay, philosophy of the people and everything. So there are two types of involved. One is the democratic country, or democratic administration, and the autocratic administration. Democratic, we live in India being a democratic country, we follow democratic administration, uh, freedom of whereas in autocratic autocratic oh sorry democratic administration. So democratic management emphasizes on cooperation, coordination, mutual goodwill among the personnel involved in the process of management, integration of efforts, etc. Authoritative administration emphasizes on force of authority, fear of punishment, direction, or coercion. So it is not the right method to have a authoritarian administration. So democratic administration is the right way for the for our country, or country like us. So system of administration appreciated by most, or not authoritarian, it is democratic administration. So we'll see the following or the following are the most important principles of administration. Also, there are 14 principles. We'll see one by one. Principle of sharing, principle of freedom, equality, cooperation, justice, planning, research, evaluation, flexibility, dynamism, leadership, participation, competency, recognition of the individual growth. See, we'll see one by one. Okay, a principle of sharing. So when we are having good school administration, sharing of resources plays an important part. So we should be able to mutually share resources. For example, school complex, in between school complexes we should be able to share resources, and within the school also we should be able to share the resources. The two important aspects: one is the sharing the largest number and variety and purposes among the person involved in the process of administration, and sharing with other groups. For example, chemistry labs can be used not only by the chemistry students, it could also be used by other students. Similarly, physics labs, for example, it is allocated to 6th to 12th only, but from primary school students can also be given a tour, one day trip whenever the lab is free, whenever it's not happen. Like 6th standard, we can 11th 12th labs and everything, they can be given exposure to. So that kind of because it is within the school and 1 hour 140 minutes only, so that kind of sharing should happen between the school, the teachers, the student, the administration, and the public should share equal responsibility. It is not only the responsibility of the principal or the management or the teachers or the students or the parents. It is a combined effort, so it is a joint responsibility. Each and every person, however I mentioned, should participate in the planning, executing, and evaluating process of administration. So that is the democratic. When each and everyone, this is called democratic administration. So everyone should take part and do the planning, executing, evaluation process of the administration. The success and the failure of the are also equally shared. So when we are doing everything as a group and everything, so the success and failure is also held responsible for everyone. So the school success is not so the principle. So this is most important. The principle of sharing puts more brain together for better work. Then let's see, this is the first principle. So sharing is most important. We should also enable the principle of sharing. Next is principle of freedom, and every child, every teacher, every man, everyone needs freedom. So and there is a man's individuality is different from his fellow beings. Not every one child will be good in aptitude, one child will be good in communication. So similarly, one teacher will be good in communications, interpersonal skills. One teacher will be good in teaching maths. So teaching yeah, they could be introvert teachers and extrovert teachers. So being an administration, they should be able to identify the each individual, and freedom should be given to um, freedom should be given to each and every person involved. So a teacher in the class should have freedom to follow any method which he feels suitable. That is important. Similar, the student also should be given academic freedom to, for example, when they want to have the test, or they should be given freedom. So that is most important. That should be freedom is when we give freedom, the school administration will function well. So that is the and it also shapes the unique personality. So free principle of freedom states it is very important attribute. Next, we'll see about the principle of equality. So, all men are created equal. So, it should provide equality of opportunity in the field of education. We know. So, in the field of education, also equality should be given to everyone. So, as being according to education psychology, also it proved that individuals differ among themselves, as we discussed earlier, in every respect. So, the capacity and aptitude are unequal. So, as a head of the institution, he should be able to look up his find look up his colleagues he should he should look his teachers as coordinates, not subordinates, not as subordinates, as co-workers. So a democratic administration should look upon the personnel as socially equal to himself. This is what R.R. Kumaria states, and the definition he has given is here. He should not take decisions by himself, but with his colleagues. He make them feel responsible and share in administration. He should have a code of set of rules of administration which he and his colleagues should follow rigidly by making no discrimination in their application. And lastly, he should want no special privileges. So this is the principle of equality. There is a concept of equity also, but yeah, both are important. So equality, principle of equality in education plays an important role. Next, we'll see about the principle of cooperation attribute. So according to John Dewey, he says that a society which makes provision for participation in the good of all its members on equal terms, which secures flexible judgment of its institution through interaction of the different forms of associated life, is so far as democratic. So he emphasized on the point that cooperation is most important. So for example, when there is no for two biology teachers are there, when they are not cooperative, the most affected will be the students, as well as the as well as the management and the principal. They might have fight between them, who is very good in their efficiency and everything, but that should also be catered very well, and the space should be given for both the biology teachers so that they could perform their specific specialities very well and execute it very well. Similarly, for the same thing applicable for the students as well. When two child is doing, so that cooperation should be there. The school similarly, not only among children, even society, society, some factors are there that also should be considered. We have to work as a cooperative society, in which we every member should work for all and for all each. Full understanding and goodwill should prevail between the headmaster and the teachers, between staff and students, between parents and school, between school and controlling authorities. So, and here Raiban has given the definition. Cooperative spirit must be reflected in every activity of the school. This is the attribute of the principle of cooperation. Like next, see about the principle of justice. Being a head of the institution, he should believe in the justice, follow, and he should believe in democracy and follow justice for all. So lack of justice leads to non-cooperation among the persons involved in the process of learning. So justice is very important. The moment the head of the institution pays respect to justice, most of his trouble will be over. So respect for justice quickens the solutions of the problems and disputes. So this principle plays an important role. Then principle of planning. Effective planning is very important to secure a unification. See, this our school administration is not the it's the involvement, or it's not the individual work. It is the involvement of many people, many resources, and everything. So unification of effort, better coordination among the teachers and administration will help to help in choosing improved techniques of administration. So planning is very important as principle for any administration. So planning makes school administration pointed rather than routine inspection or vague observation. The evaluation and the planning is most important and critical for any school to function, any school administration to function well. Then we'll see about research. See, school is a part of a society. As so being a, we should also enhance research. Being a school administrator, we should be able to administration should enhance the research and the number of techniques, procedure, and practices for the for doing any research for that matter. So principle of research also is important for a good school administration. Next we see about evaluation. We are evaluation for, as we evaluate students of this class for midterms and everything. Evaluation of the school administration program is also essential. So when we do this evaluation, we can able to access the success and failure of a program of administration. This principle of evaluation should be adopted. It also help us understand the defects of the program and modify ourselves for the betterment and the change of the nature of the change of the betterment of the school administration. So that this principle plays also important role. Next, principle of flexibility. So being a school administration, we shouldn't be so rigid. For example, 10 years before one rules could be followed, we could have told 40 minutes is the class schedule time, and we would have had school time till 4:30, 5:30. And now, as per the change, 3 p.m. could be efficient. When COVID times, like school was taken, online classes was considered. So we should have always plan A, plan B, and plan C. We should be able to be flexible. If plan A is not working, we should go immediately to the plan B. Similarly to the plan C, if it is not, plan B isn't working. So flexibility in the organization, in the school administration, plays a very major role, especially in the democratic administration. So it should they shouldn't be rigid. So being flexible is very important. This is the attribute of the principle of flexibility. Next we'll see about dynamism. We have discussed about dynamism earlier itself. So we live in a dynamic society. For example, 50 years before, the education was not common like this. There was a Gurukula education, and slowly, gradually, every education got transferred. Now there is now finally there is an online classes, and even more online classes and everything. So it is a dynamic process. Anywhere, be it a Gurukula or online classes, staying in Gurukula, we used to stay back, and now we are in the convenience of our home. We are learning and educating ourselves. So education it's a dynamic process. It has passed through many ages and stages, as I discussed. It has passed through many ages and stages in the process of evolution, and every stages according to the social conditions it is existing. So that is most important. So dynamism, we should bring in good school administrations, and so dynamic administration is needed, and it shouldn't be conventional. It should be like modern and according to this present situation and scenario. This is the principle of dynamism. Then leadership. A good leader is a one who enhances and brings power, teamwork, motivates, supports competence and skills among the co-workers, subordinates, teachers, as well as his the other principals, other in the school students, children, management, everything. So a person who's involved in this process, good leaders should have that, and his aim or his objective should be and the welfare of all is assured by the welfare of each member of the group. His decisions on the basis of cooperative effort are more valid than decisions made by the individual. So he or she should growth comes within the groups rather than from without. He or she should be able to take a group discussion and then take a decision rather than taking a decision by themselves. So this is the democratic leadership. So individuals are trust. They should also trust being a leader. They should trust their own team and own school members and everyone. So every member can make an effort contribution to these fields of education. So a principle of being a leadership quality is also important. So this principle of leadership, yeah, is very important. As I mentioned, leadership action is not position. Then we'll see about principle of participation. So every individual, so as I mentioned, everyone should be made part in the process of this welfare of the school improvement or school administration. It is not that one person is doing 90% effort and another person is 20% effort. That shouldn't be encouraged. Every individual has an essential worth in him. So that it could be like 20% he could be doing, but the 20% also, if he's doing according to his best worth, essential worth, so that should be tamed. We shouldn't compare and judge like, oh, he's doing 80% and she's only doing 20%. But the efficient of the 20% is most important than the 80% of the people involved. So that efficiency also, so that every individual has an essential worth in him, that should be considered and that should be tackled. Okay, that should be enhanced. So this is a yeah. So being administration, he should know where to place each and every individual based on their skill set and everything. Oh yeah, so this is a principle of participation. Everyone should participate. Every entity should participate. Then principle of competence. Competence is attitude, knowledge, and skills. A right combination of all this is called a competence. So he should be able to, the school administrator or administration should realize that every teacher has the right knowledge, right skills, and right attitude, and they are competent enough. And if they have to, and they should give freedom for the teachers so that they will have the they will have they express his opinion, and so that express his opinion, problems, and give solutions. So he should be given right opportunities. So it is opportunities for the teachers to bring his individual intelligence to bear most for the benefit of the solution of the school or the development of the society. School administration is most important. Then principle of recognition of individual growth. So recognition plays an important role, be it in a small child or elder person or the management. So when we give recognition, the people involved will be very happier, and they will have that, because that appreciation will make them go through further steps. Small appreciation can lead to big achievements. So awards can be awards can be given, prizes could be given, appreciation could be given, or words of appreciation is more than enough. So appreciation, recognition is very important for any individual, and individualistic recognition should be given. For example, I have remember my school principal. She remembers each and every student name, 6 to 12, from KG to 12th standard. She will remember each and every student name, and whenever we go through when we go across any ground, playing in the ground or everything, she recognizes you. Oh, you're Suganya from so and so class. How are you? Like that, she recognizes and she gives importance. There are around 1,000 students, but she will remember. So that kind of individual recognition. So every school has to follow their certain rules. Okay. This is the principle of recognition. It enhances the individual growth. So the, the thank you, everyone. This is the why the school administration is important, how we can enhance the school administration. So all this is very very important. Yeah, so it is as I request the students involved as a question, like how you can develop a model, develop a school model so that you can bring changes in the society. So this will be my question for the students who is listening to the uh, this class. Okay, thank you for your time and patience.